Dr. Amelia Clark stood before the massive apparatus she had spent years constructing. The lab was quiet except for the low hum of quantum generators and the occasional beep of monitors. Her assistant, Dr. Marcus Evans, hovered nearby, watching with anticipation and concern. Marcus cleared his throat, breaking the silence. "Are you sure about this, Amelia? We've never tested anything like this before. The risks—" Amelia turned to him, her eyes alight with determination. "I'm sure, Marcus. The time is ripe for us. The culmination of everything we've worked for." She approached the control panel, fingers hovering over the glowing buttons. With a steadying breath, she pressed the sequence that would initiate the portal. The air around them shimmered, and a faint ripple appeared in the center of the room, growing larger and more defined. Marcus stepped closer, peering into the swirling vortex. "It's working," he breathed, awe coloring his voice. Amelia nodded, her heart racing with excitement and nerves. "Let's do this," she said, stepping towards the portal. She adjusted her protective suit, ensuring every seal was secure. Marcus hesitated for a moment before following her lead. Together, they stepped into the portal, feeling a strange sensation of being pulled and stretched in all directions at once. On the other side, they emerged into a world that was both eerily familiar and distinctly different. The skyline of New Arcadia stretched before them, but the buildings shimmered with a subtle iridescence, casting rainbow hues across the streets. Marcus looked around, awe and disbelief mingling on his face. "This is incredible, Amelia. We've done it." Amelia couldn't help but smile, exhilaration coursing through her veins. "We're pioneers now, Marcus, the first to travel between dimensions." As they ventured further into this parallel universe, they encountered beings that resembled humans, but with subtle variations in appearance and mannerisms. Conversations with locals revealed a world where technology had evolved differently, and scientific principles diverged unexpectedly. Amelia listened intently, absorbing every detail, her mind racing with the possibilities. "Imagine what we could learn from this place," she murmured to Marcus, who nodded in agreement. But amidst the wonder and excitement, Amelia couldn't shake the feeling that they had only just scratched the surface. What other secrets lay hidden in the folds of the multiverse? As she pondered these questions, little did she know that their presence had already set a chain of events that would challenge everything they thought they knew about reality, and the consequences of their discovery. The air in the parallel universe felt slightly heavier as Dr. Amelia Clark and Dr. Marcus Evans stepped cautiously onto the bustling streets of the alternate New Arcadia. The buildings towered with futuristic elegance, adorned with intricate designs and materials that reflected the shimmering light of an unfamiliar sun. Marcus glanced around, marveling at the sights. "It's like our world but different," he mused, his voice tinged with wonder and uncertainty. Amelia nodded, her eyes scanning their surroundings with keen interest. "Everything seems to have a subtle yet distinct variation. Look at the architecture and the way people move." They attracted curious glances from passers-by. They were humanoid figures with features subtly altered, slightly elongated fingers, eyes with an extra sparkle of color, and skin tones ranging from hues unseen on Earth. Some approached cautiously, intrigued by the newcomers. A young woman with iridescent hair approached them, her eyes alight with curiosity. "Greetings," she said in a melodic voice that seemed to carry a hint of a musical undertone. "You're not from around here, are you?" Amelia smiled warmly, trying to appear as friendly and non-threatening as possible in her protective suit. "No, we're not. We're travelers from another dimension." The woman's eyes widened slightly in surprise, but she smiled back. "How fascinating. We've heard tales of other realms, but never thought we'd meet travelers from one." Marcus stepped forward, his scientific curiosity piqued. "Could you tell us more about your world? How does it differ from ours?" The woman gestured for them to follow, as she led them through the bustling streets. "Our society is built upon principles of harmony and unity, guided by the pursuit of knowledge and creativity. Technology here has evolved differently, intertwining with nature in ways that harmonize our existence with the environment." As they walked, Amelia noted the advanced technology seamlessly integrated into the environment. Bioluminescent pathways, floating transport pods gliding silently above, and holographic displays showcasing vibrant scenes of cultural celebrations and scientific achievements. Marcus observed with fascination. "Your advancements in sustainable living and energy conservation are remarkable," he remarked. The woman nodded. "We strive to balance progress with respect for our world's natural rhythms. It's a delicate equilibrium, but one we cherish." Their conversation continued as they delved deeper into the city, learning about the societal norms, cultural traditions, and philosophical underpinnings that shaped this parallel universe. Amelia and Marcus listened intently, absorbing every detail, their minds racing with the implications of what they were witnessing. As the day progressed, however, they began to sense an undercurrent of tension, a subtle shift in the atmosphere that hinted at deeper complexities beneath the surface tranquility. Unbeknownst to them, their presence had not gone unnoticed, and forces within this world had already begun to take an interest in the strangers from beyond the veil of reality. Little did they know, their journey into this parallel universe was about to take an unexpected turn, leading them down a path fraught with unforeseen challenges and revelations that would test their courage, ethics, and the very boundaries of their understanding of the multiverse. The sun dipped low on the horizon of the parallel universe as Dr. Amelia Clark and Dr. Marcus Evans continued their exploration of the vibrant city of alternate New Arcadia. They had spent hours conversing with locals, absorbing the nuances of this unfamiliar yet intriguing world. Marcus couldn't shake a growing sense of unease as they walked through a bustling marketplace, where holographic displays shimmered with advertisements for exotic goods and services. "I can't help but feel like there's more to this place than meets the eye," Marcus whispered to Amelia as they navigated through the crowd. Amelia glanced around, her brow furrowing slightly. "I sense it too. There's an undercurrent here, a tension beneath the surface." Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of a tall, imposing figure clad in a uniform adorned with symbols they didn't recognize. The figure approached purposefully, flanked by an entourage of similarly attired guards. "Dr. Clark, Dr. Evans," the figure spoke with a voice that resonated with authority. "You have caused quite a stir in our world. I am General Varus, tasked with maintaining order and security." Amelia glanced at Marcus before addressing the general. "We apologize if our presence has caused concern. We are scientists from another dimension, here to learn and observe." Varus studied them with a penetrating gaze. "Your arrival has not gone unnoticed. Some see your presence as a threat, meddling in affairs beyond your understanding." Marcus stepped forward, his tone measured. "We mean no harm. We're here to study and exchange knowledge. Perhaps there's a way we can contribute positively to your society." Varus regarded them silently for a moment before nodding curtly. "Very well. Follow me." They were led through winding streets to a sleek, imposing structure that served as this world's central governance hub. Inside, holographic maps displayed strategic points of interest across the realm, while officials in pristine uniforms discussed policy and security matters. "As you can see, our society values order and progress," Varus explained as they walked. "But we face challenges, internal dissent, external threats, and now the unexpected arrival of travelers from another dimension." Amelia listened intently, noting the similarities and differences between their societal structure and that of Earth. "Your governance structure seems robust," she remarked, trying to steer the conversation toward mutual understanding. Varus stopped abruptly, turning to face them with a steely gaze. "Dr. Clark, Dr. Evans, I must impress upon you the sensitivity of your presence here. Not everyone will be as accommodating as I am. Some factions would exploit your knowledge for their gain." Marcus nodded solemnly, realizing the gravity of their situation. "We'll proceed with caution, General Varus. Our intentions are purely scientific." Before Varus could respond, alarms blared throughout the building, causing everyone to tense. A holographic display flickered to life, showing a breach in the city's perimeter defenses. "Intruders!" a voice shouted from the control center. "They're attempting to breach the dimensional gateway." Amelia exchanged a worried glance with Marcus. "Could they be trying to access our portal?" Varus motioned for his guards to accompany them as they hurried back through the corridors. "This complicates matters," he muttered. his demeanor tense with urgency. As they reached the portal chamber, they found a group of masked figures wielding advanced weaponry, trying to force their way past the guards. "Stop!" Varys commanded, his voice echoing through the chamber. The intruders hesitated, weapons poised, their intent clear. Amelia and Marcus braced themselves for what could only be the beginning of a scary encounter, realizing that their journey into this parallel universe had unwittingly plunged them into a web of intrigue and danger beyond anything they had imagined. Tension hung thick in the air inside the portal chamber of the parallel universe as Dr. Amelia Clark, Dr. Marcus Evans, and General Varys faced off against the masked intruders. Armed with sleek, futuristic weapons, the intruders eyed the trio with determination and hostility. Varys stepped forward, his voice commanding yet tinged with concern. "Identify yourselves and state your purpose," he demanded, his hand resting subtly on the hilt of his sidearm. One of the masked figures stepped forward, their voice distorted through the mask's filter. "We are the Guardians of Nexus. We seek access to your portal for the betterment of our cause." Amelia exchanged a glance with Marcus, recognizing the implications. "You mean to use our portal for dimensional travel?" she stated, her voice firm. The leader of the Guardians nodded, their stance unwavering. "The resources of your Earth could provide much-needed aid to our struggling factions. We cannot allow this opportunity to slip away." Marcus spoke up. His tone was diplomatic yet firm. "We understand your intentions, but using the portal in such a manner could have unintended consequences. We must consider the stability of both our worlds." Varys regarded them all with a penetrating gaze. "Accessing the portal without proper protocols could destabilize the fabric of our realities," he warned, his voice carrying the weight of experience. Tension mounted as the standoff continued, each side assessing the other with wary calculation. Alarms continued to blare outside the chamber, signaling the escalating threat of the breach in the city's defenses. Suddenly, a commotion erupted from behind the intruders. Another group of guards, loyal to General Varys, had managed to flank the intruders, weapons at the ready. "Stand down!" Varys ordered, his voice echoing with authority. Realizing their predicament, the Guardians hesitated momentarily, assessing their dwindling options. The leader exchanged a tense glance with their comrades before reluctantly nodding. "We will stand down for now," the leader conceded, their voice betraying a mix of frustration and resignation. "But this is not over." As the Guardians were escorted away, the tension in the chamber eased slightly. But the threat loomed ominously over Amelia, Marcus, and Varys. They knew the Guardians' attempt was just the beginning, a symptom of deeper tensions and conflicting agendas in this parallel universe. Varys turned to Amelia and Marcus, his expression grave. "You see now the challenges we face. Your portal has become a focal point of contention among factions vying for power and resources." Amelia nodded solemnly, the weight of responsibility settling heavily upon her shoulders. "We never intended for our discovery to cause harm," she admitted, her voice tinged with regret. Marcus placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We must find a way to secure the portal and prevent further incursions. Our priority is to safeguard both our worlds." Varys regarded them both with a mixture of respect and caution. "I will assign additional security measures to protect the portal, but you must also prepare yourselves. The Guardians are determined and will not rest until they achieve their goals." As they left the portal chamber, the echoes of their conversation hung in the air, a reminder of the precarious balance they now navigated. Amelia and Marcus knew their journey through this parallel universe had just begun, a journey fraught with challenges, moral dilemmas, and the steadfast pursuit of knowledge despite uncertainty. Little did they know, their experiences would shape their understanding of the multiverse and their roles as guardians of the fragile equilibrium between dimensions. This responsibility weighed heavily upon them as they prepared for future trials.